There's a war going on, the books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam, it's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the mother. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam show for Thursday, April 24th. We're getting ready for more playoff action tonight, although tonight could be about the NFL draft the next couple of nights anyway. So we get ready to find our draft class of 2025. Who's going where? Is it going to be chalky up front? Are you betting the NFL draft? I'm not going to have a betting preview here of the draft. We'll talk about it, maybe give you a few tips. Am I betting the NFL draft? Maybe I have a few bets. You know, in some jurisdictions, they've already cut off the betting early, 24 hours before the draft, but you might have access to betting the draft tonight, and I'll at least go over a few details of the draft this evening. It might be the biggest story, certainly, of the day, even though we do have great action tonight in the postseason in basketball and hockey after last night's fun there with our results, but we also have 3 games tonight, NBA, 4 in the NHL, and an abbreviated baseball card, including day games, getaway day here today, and doubleheader because of that rain out there between Colorado and Kansas City. Got to play it now. You got to come back later on. So they'll stick around and play 2 here. And we got a night card as well. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. Thank you for being here today on a Thursday after yesterday's excitement in the NBA. We saw some exciting results there. How did you do with the card yesterday, including the Orlando Magic and Boston Celtics there yesterday? How about it? Look, the Magic got the job done. We got the job done here on the Morning Steam. Wasn't easy. Wasn't it was a nail biter against the spread certainly yesterday, but we did have the right side in that cover with the Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic. Somebody has a song like that. And they do cover the spread there, the 10 points with 109-100 win. Yeah, it did go over for sure, getting to the free throw line a little bit there late. And we saw the game kind of go well over there. Jaylen Brown, 36 points. We saw, obviously, with no Tatum, may have been the factor. We saw KP go with that cut on his head, that injury there. So speaking of injury, we'll talk about that news here as well with the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets. Yeah, Houston Rockets did bounce back there. We did have the under here on the show yesterday, didn't we? With Houston building that 91-71 20-point lead in the fourth quarter, final 109-94. Did hang on for a close under there, certainly, but it did stay under on that pretty sharp move as Houston evens up the series. Golden State still favored to win that series. They've got the home court advantage. So did you think that the tide shifted with the injury to Jimmy Butler, that bruised pelvic bone? That didn't look good. Do you think you could be ready by the time they meet in game number 3 if you were Jimmy Butler on that hard fall, one of the hardest falls of the season, certainly? And yeah, maybe we know what happened. I mean, Draymond was doing one of his things underneath there and pushed Thompson right into him. I'm not going to say that Draymond was dirty to do that. Guys push each other a lot. I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt a little bit to Draymond. Guys are always pushing and shoving. Yeah, maybe Draymond does it as much as anybody, but this is the playoffs. It was an accident, and it was an unfortunate accident for the Warriors, especially if Butler isn't able to go. I mean, that looked bad. I think they did say X-rays. There's an MRI, I believe, today, but the news wasn't awful, but come on, that's got to be sore. Remember, Steph Curry had that same injury, missed the last 2 games of was it the last 2 games of the season or something there, 2 or 3 games down the stretch, and Curry was out with a bruise after a hard fall like that 2 games. So we'll see, but Rockets do even up the series. Maybe they've evened up everything when it really comes down to it. And how about Cleveland and Miami with the Cavs getting the win? But who got the cover? It was Cleveland, the Miami Heat here. We swept the board, didn't we? Here on the show once again. I did anyway with my morning steam picks, as we had the over, and that one went over pretty convincingly there. And I had a premium pick winner on the Miami Heat plus those points. So 9-point loss, 12-point spread. Man, I had a pretty decent day here on the morning steam and with my morning steam picks. Let me say hello to everyone in the chat coming in. Hopefully they're riding with me, and I'm as hot as you guys right now. Cash Kane is here. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money here on YouTube. Bobby Mack here. Thank you, Cash, for putting this up there in honor of Thomas. I have reached out on social media to Thomas. Haven't heard back yet, but he does have a public profile. I'm not going to divulge too much into it. You guys could probably find him too. And just hoping to hear some word here in the next day or two, maybe from him or someone else. If we have to go a little deeper, we will. But we're not going to let this go right now. I'm just as concerned as anybody else, certainly. All right, Irish King there, a little disappointed there, he said. And blue, da-do-dee-da-do-die. It's, in fact, isn't there, I sing the song, and then you guys like the song, and of course, Blue likes the song, but, I think there's and maybe it's stuck in my head. Maybe I'm watching too many streams or something, but I think there's like a techno version of that song that is more stuck in my head, where it's it's that EDM techno. It's like they redid the song and they did it in EDM, and that's what's playing in my head when I do the. So I mean, I guess the inflection is the old song from the 90s or whenever it was, but I'm pretty sure there was a female version where she has more of a feminine voice, it's a more of a techno music in the. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm a little old. I like the techno music. I actually got into it a little. I'm not going to go to the EDM show here in Las Vegas. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. All right, here we go. Robert did crush it, and AYOD is here today. Thank you, AYOD. We're ready to roll with Pistons basketball. AYOD's ready. He's waiting. Belo's here talking tennis today, and man, it's been up and down a little bit for me here, so I haven't gone public with anything from Madrid yet, and enjoying the action though here certainly today with some of the results. I mean, man, we're almost halfway through the card. I'm seeing looks like a final come in here right now, as a matter of fact. We just saw some other results today. I saw the sisters do battle yesterday and made the winning sister cry, if you guys saw that yesterday. And she didn't want to beat her little sister, even though she was a 250 favorite. I'm trying to see any of the interesting or topsy-turvy results here. I think everything was pretty much according to form. Magdalena Freck beat JBM in a bit of an upset. She was a $2 dog there, but good action out here today in Madrid, and we're plenty of action left here still. And we do have some fixtures today in soccer as well. We've got 4 games in La Liga, kind of taking the forefront here for our action. And CONCACAF Champions League tonight with Miami and Vancouver. All right, let's see who else is in the chat. Derek Bob wants the tennis. I owe Derek I better get a public card going somehow. I run him VIP. I don't know which membership Derek has, so maybe I run a VIP card here tomorrow. When the later rounds heat up, I'm sure I won't be able to resist some public plays. But all right, and man, how about Ayala? Let's get going there. All right. Thank you, Bilo. I think I like your comments here today. And yeah, are you able to fade Iga yet in the in the French? Are you able to get off of Iga here a little bit? What is Yelena gonna do? Is she for real? All right, good conversation there. Let me cover a little bit more of the action, though, from yesterday. Give you guys a chance to comment. We just don't 3 dozen of you in here right now. Let's get another couple in here. We'll start the show. NHL last night did have a premium pick winner with the under in Dallas and Colorado. And we brought a winner here on the show with the Kings last night. Oh, man, did they bust it all over the Oilers there for a 2-0 lead. I'm not getting carried away. The Kings are terrible on the road. Edmonton's strong at home. Ton of goals again. Ton of goals, you guys, in Edmonton and the Kings last night. And, of course, it was a great game between Montreal and Washington once again, or at least a close, good game, it felt like there yesterday with that one. So let's also golf today. I want to mention right now, in fact, let me do that. I owe these guys. I owe Mike and Jeff. The golf has started now. I don't have a card this week. I don't cover the current format at the tournament this week, but the guys did get together a video for the Zurich Open. So want you guys to check that out. They're just teeing off here within the last 90 minutes. So you can still get involved in this card and go get the plays from the guys. I will send out a card tonight for sure. Probably maybe go VIP with it. Send out a live golf card here is what I'll do for the tournament this weekend. We're in Mexico this week for the live tour, and I'll focus on the live tour this week. I wasn't going to in fact, that's what kind of caught me by surprise. The guys did a great video last night or 2 nights ago, and I failed to mention it. So I just want to apologize to them. But Zurich Classic, they run the doubles format. We're underway here right now with the pairings out there on the course currently. And the guys did a video, so please check it out, Mikey and Jeff, with the Zurich Classic. I did not send out a card this week, and it was on purpose. I just haven't covered since they switched to the two-man format in that tournament. I haven't covered it from a betting perspective, and I have not betted at all. All right, but we'll send out live tour this week and we've sent out live before. We're not jumping tours here. I'm a live guy. And, I think, does anyone notice, you guys notice, right, that live is 54 in Roman numerals and they only play 54 holes, right? Is that common? Everybody knows that? Or did everybody say, why do they call it live? All right. Good night, Munchie. He's here to talk about the Leafs. And NYC Bar here. Good morning. And yeah, no, we're worried, Blue. Don't worry. But I'm, like I said, I did reach out and I sent him a message. So hopefully he can at least get to his phone. If not, we're going to dig a little deeper. All right, Major League Baseball yesterday. We did have some winners here after a slow start. We did have the New York Mets over Philadelphia yesterday with Peterson there. Took the Mets, keep on rolling here. Also, premium pick winner by Padres got shut out by Reese Olson and the Tigers there, but we did have the under as a premium pick there. We also had Seattle as a premium pick as a dog against Boston yesterday, and big runs there as those teams continue to go over when they play each other in Boston. Washington was our premium pick winner over Baltimore yesterday, and we did have the under here on the show as a winner. Also, we had the winner on the show here yesterday with the over. Dodgers Cubs, easiest of winners there, wasn't it? With those two teams again, with another high scoring game in Chicago. And I think most importantly there yesterday for Chicago was the fact that the Cubs were able to get that 7-6 win in an exciting game. And the pitching actually got pretty good. The bullpens did pretty well late. We did have a winner here on the show yesterday with Andrew Haney and the Pittsburgh Pirates, as Haney went in and pitched extremely well on the road at his old team, the Angels, there in a shutout yesterday, 3-0. So a great job there by Dog. And also, winner here yesterday on the show, Milwaukee and San Francisco game to go under. Giants won it 4-2. Should have saw that one coming with Logan Webb. And we had the Athletics once again at home getting it done 5-2 in an under there. They say, oh, Ramon, you pick every game side total, bet I didn't go with the total in that. Now, if anything, maybe that says I should have went on the under, and we've been betting those overs. I didn't even bet the total in Texas and Athletics yesterday, and maybe that was because it was time to get an under in there, and it might be again today. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to talk a little NFL draft, if you don't mind, here real quick before we get going here today, because we don't have, like NYC Bar, we only have the 9 games or whatever it is. Is it even 9? Oh, yeah, with the doubleheader, that makes 9 today. So please stand by. I want to take a look here a little bit at the NFL draft and see if you guys care about it at all. But maybe we'll just cover just a couple of notes here that I want to add, because everyone's wondering, right, trying to get the draft, if you're doing a little betting, how are you going to bet it? And, it could be real chalky. Now, the thing that's always a distraction, right, is that I didn't see that the Saints are picking up Chris Olave's option. That's terrific. Oh, I just saw that. Is that old news? It looks like it's old news, and I just missed it. I'm a big Chris Olave fan. I'm just seeing it here on the update. Okay, so look, all 32 teams have retained their first-round picks for now. Is any of these teams going to trade if they haven't yet? Maybe there will be fireworks. Seems like everyone's willing to take their chances, right, with the first round here. And so the first 4, 5, 6 picks, it might go exactly as form, even though it seems like usually by the 3rd or 4th pick, somebody's screwed up and we're getting all kinds of crazy names. But if you go by the betting odds, right, the first 6 picks are in the bag, I think. I'm not a draft expert. I'm a betting expert. And if I look at the odds the way they are, barring a trade, the 6 picks all the way to maybe even farther, but all the way to the Raiders and Genty are going to be knocked down here. So Patriots have 4 of the top 77 picks. The Jaguars have 5 picks in the top 88. Final. They need it. The Bears have a good 4 picks in the first 72 picks, and Seattle has 5 picks in the first 92 choices this weekend. It was announced that the Chargers will play the Detroit Lions in the Hall of Fame game as they honor Antonio Gates, one of the greatest tight ends of all time. And the Chargers will draft 3 picks in the first 86 there. So I'm interested in that, but I'm more interested in Antonio Gates making it to the Hall of Fame. So Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, Will Campbell, these are the names. Mason Graham, Ashton Genty. It might just go that way. And look, the odds aren't going to be great. If you kind of work them off, you're at those books. I don't know if they're going to even parlay. I'm in Vegas. It doesn't work that way. But you still could hit them all right and make a payday out of it. Just depends on your tolerance because once one thing goes wrong, it's all going to go wrong. So that's just probably what's going to happen here tonight. And also Steve McMichael passing away there yesterday. That was tough to see, but he wasn't doing great. So, all right. See what else here. That might be it. If you guys ready to go, run a commercial here for my picks. and then we'll get started with the picks here on the show as Iga is taking the court here right now for her matchup here. Iga ready to go here against Ayala. This is going to be great. I mean, tough man. Probably should even try. I probably should try to put out my play here on the spread, but look, the move is on Ayala obviously here a little bit. It's moved about almost from a $6 dog to a $4.50 dog here right now for our girl. Feels like gotta root for Ayala here in this one. They're just gonna get started. This has got to be the featured match, even though Jelena's coming up here in just a little bit. She's a 330 favorite. I can't see a match better than this one here. If you want an exciting match, Lerner Tien and Marcos Giron, that looks like a hot one as well. There's another closely rated match with Jacob Fernley and me and you and young Kachetti Boo. All right, let's get going here and get the start to the show. Hey, everyone. Whoops. You can get my best plays here and maybe one day my tennis picks over at winnable.com. Right now, we're focused on the playoffs and baseball. I think it's going pretty good over at winnable.com. We sent out 2 plays yesterday in the NBA NHL playoffs on my sports money premium picks. We sent out the Heat plus 12 against the Caps, and we had the Stars and the Avalanche under as our 2 picks in the playoffs yesterday on the sports money premiums. And like I said, we also scored with the Mariners and the Nationals yesterday, split the card there in the evening baseball. And we also split it in the morning baseball with the we had the under in the Padres game, but we had the Marlins, I think, over the Reds there yesterday, and Marlins Reds pulled away 5-2 as Sandy didn't get it done there. So, all right, but please check me out over at winnable.com/Ramon, and for just 56 cents a day, you'll get plays sent from me to you. Hopefully give you a bunch of winners right now, and I'll tell you when I like this one and this one I'm not so sure. But look, I do save my best handful of plays over for my sports money premium picks. This is how you support me here on the channel. That we are viewer supported here. So I come in and do a show here every day for the opportunity to tell you about these plays, and I really do appreciate it. So please check me out over at winnable.com. Use that promo code STEAM. Click the QR code in the lower right-hand corner. You just get a couple updates from me with more picks. You can tail them, you can fade them, just get you more suggestions for your card every day. I'm a high volume player, and you probably should be too. So check me out over at winnable.com. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here on the show today. Let's get started, shall we? Thanks for all the great comments here as well. Jerry does not think that Genty will be that guy that some people are talking about. There's certainly I'm not drawing the comparisons necessarily, but with his speed, size, and stature, he certainly can be compared to some other backs that had professional success there, even from that conference. Let's see here. Nuke and I were not clicking last night, obviously here. You're right, Nuke. I had just a 1 and 2 on the show. I was thinking of the NBA there. But all right. Let's see here. Charles Sharp, hello. And let's go, shall we? Thank you, guys. All right, we're going to start off. You know where we're going with it. Let's get AOD in here to tell us what's going to happen tonight when the Pistons, with all that momentum, get ready to take on here the Knicks at home after winning the game, right? That's going to be, it's going to be awesome tonight when the Knicks take on the Pistons. The crowd's going to be fired up. AOD is going to be fired up, and should be an awesome game tonight. Here, and look at the line that has slightly moved here, no doubt, in the Pistons' favorite. Feels like, we're down to 1 here at some books after it definitely opened, as high as 2, or got as high as 2 there, it felt like, right? And the moves a little bit on the Pistons here in this one. So should be awesome. 123, 112. Knicks got the game there, and should be, one of the things here as far as you know the Pistons are concerned, with Cade Cunningham, playing out of his mind here right now, it feels like. And for the Knicks, I'm not saying here that the fact that they were able to get the win there. Let me get this straight here, as I got the oh man, did I? Let me get my numbers here a little bit going. All right. I lost my script here a little bit, didn't I, on this one? All right. For Cade Cunningham, right? He's just been terrific so far, it feels like. He's just really, averaging 30 points a game right now against the Knicks this season. Just awesome. And they were able to get that victory 100-94 as a 6.5-point dog on the road in that game. So, man, that was terrific. And it just feels like a lot of momentum right now. And it's got to be disappointing for the Knicks. I mean, they definitely have struggled a little bit against the Pistons. It seems like, they had come in with a 3-game losing streak to them. They won the first one, obviously got the money, but I don't know. They end up losing that game, and Cade Cunningham is just, we knew these guys had it in them a little bit, is what it feels like for the Pistons, right? They've already kind of set themselves apart by finally winning a playoff game, and now the sky's the limit here in a series that feels like, hey, they wrestled away the home court. Now they've got a chance to put one down here tonight as basically a pick 'em game. All you got to do is win here, and that home crowd's going to be fired up for sure. The Pistons and their physicality too. Don't forget, I like the way they're looking here, kind of pushing these guys around a little bit. Karl Anthony Towns, he should dominate. Why he's not, you tell me. I see him hanging out. Look, I saw some people complaining about Karl Anthony Towns hanging out at the 3-point line like he's not involved. You get the ball to Karl Anthony Towns so he could shoot the 3 is what I want the Knicks to do, and I don't think they're going about this right at all. So let's see what you guys have in this one tonight with the Knicks and you could tell. Look, with AOD in here, you really think I'm going to go with the Knicks here tonight? Come on. Let's see what you got. I'm sure there'll be some Knicks support in here. Let's see here. Cash Kane, Nixon over, Blues on the Knicks. Jerry says he thinks it's odd, but are they really right, Jerry? Come on, it's like a pick 'em now. In fact, though, we are seeing a little bit of a move here in the last couple of minutes. Maybe it's going back up to Knicks 1.5 at some of those shops where it was 1. Fair enough. Yeah, no, Knicks are favored, no doubt about it. But come on. AOD's ready to go, and Knicks and the over for NYC Bar. Munchie's thinking the Knicks. Looks like chat's clearly on the Knicks here a little bit right now. And NYC Bar there. Maybe the Knicks get out to the lead, but you know what? Maybe not. Robert likes the under here. Well, I may have a stronger play on the total in this game, if you know what I mean. But 214 right now, the way this this is going to be rough. It feels like rough and tumble. I know we've had some overs here in the Knicks, but 5 of the last 7 in this series have gone over. But the Knicks have gone under in 8 of their last 11, and they're going on the road here. So, do you really think it's their defense that kind of suffers here in this one? Or Will the Pistons offense? I figure the Pistons are gonna we want to crack it down here a little bit. And NYC bar says, could the Knicks end up here going below? Below says Cat needs to get down there and post up more. I don't just Cat. I'm just saying. I don't think the Knicks, whatever the case may be, are doing a good enough job. He's going to need Cat to dominate if you're going to win this game, and they're not. I don't think they're letting him do that. It feels like. Nuke says the majority of the bettors are going to take the Pistons, and they're begging for Pistons money. Man, that makes me feel extremely uncomfortable. Then, actually, I figure the Knicks were the public team here. They're the Knicks. Were people all? Are they like me? Are they just buying in? Are they all hyped up on the Pistons because of one game here? I mean, there's no doubt. Nuke's right. I'm not making fun of his conclusion. I mean, to me, it's clear that the Pistons are taking in. It does feel like here twice the money for sure, and maybe 2/3 of the bets here so far. But I'm just saying, you'd think to be the Pistons would be the Knicks would be the public side, but they're obviously not. Pistons money line here for 9 Legacy. That's the kind of chat that I like from Nuki. Because I'm mostly a market handicapper, but I think it's terribly boring to talk about it, especially because it is so vague, right? And the splits are always, your splits are different than my splits. I actually use, I subscribe to both line services, so both major line services, so I trust them to be right. But I also like to use the Juice Reel. If anyone, that's a great app. You actually see live bets, and you don't see that, it's certainly several thousand bets, I think, by the time it's done, but you see all where the bets are, and it's a really interesting app. But and that usually concludes it for me. Like if one line service has the percentages backwards, I actually go look at the Juice Reel where you actually have people's bets put together in a little dot matrix format, and you can see, like, if you've ever looked at the Juice Reel, I think it's a subscription. I do pay like $10 a month for it, but it's just an app. But I find it fascinating. But I'm a market capper first and foremost, and then kind of cultivate the trends and the story around it. But I don't want to bore you with that other stuff. And I like me, I'm big on the trends. All right, textiles here. Hope that wasn't too boring of a diatribe on Market Watch. All right. Oh, Belo's ready to go in this one. We'll keep you posted for sure. Knicks are overrated. Thunder tonight. Knicks win. Pistons cover. What? He's got a 1-point game. NYC says basically Knicks by 1. I think. Razor, congratulations, everyone. Razor is in the chat. And check it out. Last night, Razor hits 2 huge picks yesterday. 2 huge pool picks yesterday. Pick 4, pick 5 at Keeneland. Razor, unbelievable. I don't know if I read the ticket wrong, Razor. Maybe I should have looked at it more closely. I believe he hit a partial wheel on the first race of the pick 5, and then the last 4 races were, and the pick 4 also were solos, unless you were just showing the winning horse. I don't know. But Razor, huge scores yesterday at Keeneland. Congratulations, Razor. Oh man, those tickets are beautiful. All right, let's see here. Nate's here. And let's see what else. Sharon's here. Did I make I'm on the Pistons, you guys. I don't even know. If there's a consensus on the Knicks, let me know, you guys. It very well could be in this chat. It feels like just me standing alone here at this point who else? Me and AOD. Was anybody else on the Pistons? Or was it a consensus play on or is there enough to sway just a mixed results here. Philly Eagle Flyer there. Congratulations to Razor there. Nasty Nate is doubting that he's just a hater right here already. It seems crazy. Okay. I got the Knicks. Let's go to the OKC game here, everybody. Pistons money here for 9 legacy. So I don't think it's a consensus, right? We got a few guys here in this one. Okay, let's go next up. Now what? Look, I don't know what to say about this. The Thunder, not only are they dominating this series, right? And the line's already stale. We know it's up to like 9.5 or maybe even 10, right? At some places here at this point. Look, the one thing I'll say about the Razor's ticket, right? A payoff like that is the result of trial and error. It's not like you're walking off the tram out of the parking lot and you're laying down and you just hit, uh, you know, uh, 50K on your first trip to you're putting money into pools. Not every day is a winning day. Rays are very successful, but we've all had the rougher days too, right? All right, everyone, I've got some steam rolling in here right now. We're going to continue with that Thunder Grizzlies game in just a moment, but the Ottawa Senators are being alerted right now as a move here at this point. We know they were a slight favorite at $1.15, $1.20, but look at this. They're up to $1.25 or $1.30 here right now. The steam is officially, it feels like, coming in here on the Ottawa Senators tonight at home against those Leafs. In that game. So, all right, we'll see what happens in that one, but we'll get to it eventually here. Man, a lot going on. Okay, Thunder, Grizzlies. The line is 10, the total 227. So the Thunder not only are dominating the Grizzlies, winning every game by far more than this margin, right? But they've also covered 17 of their last 19 goddamn games. So, look, it's one thing to dominate one team that, hey, the Grizzlies, they're not even a playoff team, really, right? They were a play-in, and they haven't looked the part at all, going up against a team that we know has already been covering big numbers against anybody else. So, look, this one's easy. We don't even need to, I don't mean easy. Maybe they go out and win it by 9. Maybe they win it by 8, but I'm not going against the Thunder right now in this incredible streak of smashes over a Memphis team that looks like they just celebrated getting into the play-in game, and that's enough here. So it'll be tough to win by double digits on the road. Memphis has a good crowd, but it's going to be demoralizing the way those first games went down. Grizzlies and over here. OKC for blue. I think it's going to be I figure it'll still be a consensus play in here. It just Memphis house, they will break 100 here tonight. Yeah, look, to me, if Memphis wants this upset and they got to get one, maybe it'll be a gentleman's sweep, but they need it. They need to run with the Thunder, and that look, Thunder's got a great defense. We know that's a problem, but the offense of the Grizzlies, we know they have the fastest pace. So if the Oklahoma City Thunder get a little lackadaisical and think, hey, no matter what, we can win this game, and we'll just do it in, could be 120 to 115 or something like that, and they just get the win, and Memphis might get that cover. I'm making it a free play here. There's obviously some tax here on a road favorite that, well, they crush them every time. They crush them every time. So the storyline is well talked about here between these two. Cash Gains talking hockey here. Memphis is a G League team, says Blue. Oklahoma City team total over for Chill Will. Memphis to get swept here. Nuke says Memphis already got their vacations planned at the gun range. Jerry's Grizzlies and over. I'm not going to fault anybody for wanting to take these Grizzlies here tonight. And I think I'm throwing in the head-to-head as part of my play, I think it is probably the tax already there from 8.5 to 10. Definitely, I'm making it my play on the show. I'm not going to make it a premium. I'm not going to sell it here or sell it there. I just happen to think they'll probably find a way to get it done. Maybe it'll trickle over. We're seeing a couple of these games, right? Where look at yesterday. They dribbled out the clock there on a 2:03 on that night game for two straight possessions on a total, right? And two-team parlay here for OKC. Cash Kane says the FedEx form's going to be rocking. All right. I think that's it from you guys on this one. And I'm going to take OKC. I can't. I don't want to be that guy. I'm not going to be that guy with Memphis right now. And I don't mind Jerry being that guy. Oh, Jerry, by the way, Jerry, what can I? Are you going to? Maybe I gotta find Jerry Davis on the internet, track him down so I can send him his winnings. Robert does like the under here. This one, look, if you like it's funny because I like OKC obviously, and I think Memphis is gonna try to go. I don't know, Robert. I think Memphis is gonna try to go. Maybe OKC smashes them here, there, and. Jerry said he got that. Yeah, right. Okay, that's it for that one. Look, we're going to talk about him one more time. So let's go to a much more interesting one here, obviously, with Denver and the Clippers. Now, the Clippers have wrestled the home court advantage away from the Nuggets, but it feels like they deserve to be the team that could be in the driver's seat right now in this series. The Clippers here favored by 5.5 now in this one. They're favored in the series here at this point, minus $1.85 right now. So it does feel like at this time, maybe that run by the Nuggets it might be over here. They're just not deep enough. Right, Jokic is still great. He's still left flustered at the end of the game there last time in the loss, chucking up that last shot. But now you got the Clippers are actually 5.5 here now. Let's update that. I think it's 5.5. I'm going to put 5.5. There's some juiced fives out there total here. Maybe down to 213.5 right now as it continues to move lower here with these two, right? And because the Clippers, look, both teams play a deliberate pace, that's for sure. And when the Clippers are doing their thing, it tends to be kind of a situation where they kind of are able to control things a little bit. The pace, the score, the ability to kind of make things uncomfortable for a team that maybe doesn't have as many quality players, it feels like, as the Clippers do. The Clippers kind of run deep, and they also have, some superstars that maybe the Denver Nuggets. Look, Murray, he's been a superstar in the past. Is he one right now? Not sure. No, the man is a superstar, but you've got Kawhi, right, and you've got Harden. It just feels like the Clippers in this lineup have more players and more depth, really. I don't want to just talk about the top guys a little bit. I think the fact that Clippers run so deep, it's not so much about, Normie Powell, star, certainly, but let's see what you guys have, though, in this one with the Clippers tonight and Denver. Denver done well in this series, but Clippers have covered 6 of the last 8 meetings between the two teams overall. And let's go to the chat. 6 of the last 8 games between the two teams have gone under. Okay, here we go. Clippers for Irish King, first quarter, first half. And let's see here. Nuggets team total under. Jerry's got the Clippers to roll. New York City Bar says too much still, too many points there. And right, Nuke. Well, that's the thing. It would be a problem for Kawhi. I know I'm sitting here, I'm a Kawhi truther, but he sits all those games so he can play these games, and I believe it. I don't think it's I'm sure it's still a bit of an uncomfortable, but still incredible. Obviously, you're right. You would know that. Clippers win. Denver the 5. Who can, right? Okay, that's it. I'm taking the under as my official pick here on the show. I think you get the gist of what I'm saying, though, a little bit. Maybe I'm going to use the Clippers here today, but I've got to go under in this one with Denver and the Clippers for sure. And I got to think that Denver's liable to end up short of 100 points in this one today, like Blue said. I don't think the Clipper will be a blowout. Uh, they'll win. They might win and be comfortable here. Clippers 4-1 against the spread. Their last 5 games overall. Denver, remember, you could say it's a regular season. Like I said, Denver. We knew from the get-go, right? They weren't going to be challenging for the best record. Finished 6-13 against the spread last 19 games for Denver here. So. Clippers got a lot of momentum, and it will be the first playoff game in their new arena, where I think that is made a big difference this year for the Clippers not to have to share that arena. I think that might be. Look, the Clippers we know have been a joke of a franchise forever. It's my favorite team technically. Having gone to many games as a kid when they were in San Diego. I'm still behind the Clippers to a certain extent. So it was hard to support them when DTS was the owner, but now you have the billionaire. All right. Clippers team total over. Joker over. Claw over. Thank you, guys. Great job. That's it for basketball tonight. All right. And Irish Kings got some props. Thank you, guys. Good job. They've never been good, Jermaine. They've never really gotten anything done at all. Clippers have never done anything really in the franchise's history. They've won a series or two here and there. Had one decent run once. But this is really one. It's really one of the worst, if not the worst franchise. Not anymore. Not anymore. Look, they're going to be around. It feels like because of Ballmer, this new arena, they'll be fine. It's a different era in LA here with this owner. So, all right. Let's get to the hockey tonight, shall we? We've got a 4-game card here with certainly some interesting games ready to go here. Let's look at them. They're closely rated tonight. Feels good to have no $3 favorites or anything. Get started on TBS here, 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific of Florida. 1 up here. We should start putting the series standings at the end of the graphics is what we should do. I don't think I'm going to do them all, but I just we should be doing it. Should be putting up the series like this. Florida leads 1-0. Something like that. I don't think I'm going to do them all, but we should do that for the games. Florida, of course, got that win in game 1 in blowout fashion, 6-2, but this is a closely rated series. I know a lot of people are ready to just say, well, I guess we knew better than to be on Tampa Bay here, but I don't know if I'm so sure about that here necessarily. And I was on Tampa Bay over there at another site with my top play there in game 1. So I think Tampa Bay has a chance to come back here. Obviously, there's a little bit of move on Tampa here at this point. They're currently at 120. Well, it's pretty much the same line the whole time. And what's the public doing here? It feels like in this one with Florida and Tampa Bay. You got to think Tampa Bay is going to make a series. It feels like a 7-game series, so they better get one of them here. Let's see, you guys want to play this one with Florida and Tampa Bay, game number 2 here tonight. Florida's won 11 out of the last 15 meetings between the two teams, but they're still not great on the road, no matter how you look at it. Florida struggled on the road down the stretch. It's just that they were able to get the first win, kind of put those problems behind them a little bit, but they still had lost 6 straight road games before winning that game. Tampa has lost 6 of their last 9 games coming in. So, yeah, they struggled down the stretch as well. Tampa also has gone over in 8 straight games at home. 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone over here right now. Now, Florida's been going under a little bit heading into the playoffs, despite the fact that the last game was over. They've still gone under in 7 of their last 10 games overall here. So let's see how you guys are going to go with this one. Florida and Tampa Bay here tonight. Now, obviously, it got away from Vasilevsky a little bit. There were the power play goals. I get that. One was a rebound that put in that, I don't know, probably could have been a little quicker with the pad save. And there were other issues. Cash Kane, Lightning, and take point for a goal. And here's Blue. It says Panthers, team total over. Nate says Panthers to respond. He's got a close game. Nuke says he's going to Tampa tonight. NYC Bar likes the Panthers plus a goal and a half, a big price tonight, but that's okay. Florida money line and 9 Legacy coming right back with Florida. They look like the best team. Might be just playing a little game theory here a little bit, if that's the right term in this situation. Blue might go to the Lightning team total. Jerry says Florida team total over. Both teams to score for Irish King here. And Nate says something about this exact matchup, Florida dominated. Andrew, hello. He says it's even. So he doesn't want to bet it too close. And Robert likes the over here in this one. All right. So for me, I'm going to take Tampa Bay here tonight to get it done against Florida. I'm going to take Tampa here. They're going to need more than 2, it feels like, here after giving up 6 yesterday. Now, it's not going to happen again, it feels like, to me anyway. Robert says may go with Florida. And Ken says it's time for Cooch tonight. Got to be time for Cooch here. If you're going to stay in this series, it's got to be tonight. Come on. Let's be real here, Tampa Bay. Look, you just can't, throw out everything they did here. Oh, my God, 9 Legacy loves what the Kings are doing. That sounds great. Oh, man, just so crazy it feels like in the West right now. I don't know if I'm willing to do anything here at this point. I do have, like I said, I've got the Kings in a future. I've got half the West in a future, it feels like. So I didn't do a good job. I've got the Kings. I've got Edmonton. I've got Washington. I've got St. Louis, and I've got New Jersey. And I've got Minnesota to win the West somehow. I ended up with that one too. So I guess if any of those 4 main teams win the Stanley Cup, I will win money. I don't think I win if New Jersey wins, even though, because I got a terrible price on that. All right. Okay, I guess that's it for that game. Let's keep it going here right now with the Leafs taking on the Senators here tonight. We just saw that widely reported steam come in here on the Senators in this one, and now they're down 2-0 as the scene shifts here to Ottawa. They're going to need one here against the red hot Maple Leafs. They're hot, 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 and we all want to bury the Maple Leafs, but maybe just once. And granted, they only have to win, the series here to get. We expect more right now of the Maple Leafs, that's for sure. Maybe we're getting peak Maple Leafs here. Is it time for Ottawa, though? Try to give them some credit here right now. But there's no doubt that the Toronto Maple Leafs kind of own the situation here. Um, I'm sorry, the Ottawa Senators kind of own the situation here against the Maple Leafs. Uh, Ottawa still has won 7 of the last 9. Yes, Toronto was able to get those 2 games. Maybe it threw me off one time, but now back here at home, at least, where if Ottawa, if it's true, now I know Nuke says throw out the regular season. I get that. And I want Toronto to do well. I kind of invested a little bit. Let's just say I got a lot of Leafs over there in the uh, confidence pool. I might have went too heavy on the Leafs a little bit. No, what did I end up with?
Lineup.
Now, I don't have as many Leafs as everybody else, so maybe I am fading the Leafs here a little bit. I like Ottawa here in this one. And let me update the line after the steam came in. We know it's at least $1.25 right now, even $1.30 at some spots. The total, I think 5.5 over 20 looks pretty fair here in this one, but I'm gonna go with Ottawa here in this game. Look, I'm not even getting the best price here right now. It feels like, but I want to take Ottawa here tonight against Toronto in this one. Ottawa 6-1, last 7 games at home. Yes, Toronto has the 7-game winning streak right now. No doubt they're as hot as they can be. It feels like for a team that we all want to bury sometimes. Senators money line. Oh, let me go back here. Senators money line. Senators team total over here for Blue. He likes the game to go over. Irish King likes a sweep here. 9 Legacy says Leafs to sweep. NYC bar. Maple Leafs puck line. Look at the Senator line. Nuke says after that steam comes in. Cash Kane says, give me the Sens here on the puck line. I'll take some plus money. And I think that might be it from you guys here. I'm just taking the Senators here to get one here. Senators, look, they had a great season. For sure. It felt like, yeah, they had to use the wild card here to get in. But I'm going to go back to the well a little bit on the fact that Ottawa's played well against them here. I know we're in the postseason, but I'm going to try Ottawa to get one here against the Leafs tonight. The Sharps are clearly on Ottawa, it looks like to me, but it's not great for them. All right. Stop Geo, hello, nice to have you. He's got the Thunder here in this one. Thank you for coming in. Let's go to the next one here with the Vegas Golden Knights on the road here against Minnesota right now. And obviously the Minnesota Wild got that big win, right? Last time out. What a performance by the Wild, 5-2. Remember, Vegas had been dominating this team, and the Wild came out with 4 goals in the first period. Was it 4 goals in the first? They scored the first 4 goals. Were they all in the first period, or was it 3-0? Whatever it was. They were crushing them early and often there with Minnesota evening up the series on the road and taking the home ice advantage away from the Golden Knights. That's huge. But still, look at the odds for the series betting. You'll find that the Vegas Golden Knights are still a considerable favorite, minus 220 to win this series still. It's probably too high, frankly, with the Wild having the home ice. This is the NHL after all. But Vegas has still had won 6 straight games before that over Minnesota. Vegas won 12 of their last 17 coming in. Minnesota's won 5 of their last 7, including 4 of their last 5 games at home. Vegas is definitely an under team right now on the road, having gone under in 5 of their last 6. Now, they have been going over here a little bit, but I think the more important trend here, if you will, is that Vegas has gone under in 7 straight games on the road when coming in off of a loss. So usually they tighten up defensively here. Still a big price, man, for Vegas, $1.55 here. Pretty much the high price it feels like in this one. I like Vegas. I mean, I don't know what I can do here. Um, just it's a high price. I think Vegas is supposed to win. I think they will win. I don't know, yeah, you maybe can go down, try to lay a goal here, but it's the playoffs. I think I'm going to be okay with recommending $1.55, even if that's the case on the morning steam show. Hopefully I give lots of goofy underdogs here and there to make it feel like I'm just not laying some chalk. But I'm going to go with Vegas here to win this one. Look, they were really dominating the series against Minnesota. It wasn't a fluke, man. Minnesota did a great job. And there's no doubt from the outset, Vegas looked slow, old. They might be slow and old. And Minnesota looked fast with Kaprizov, just tremendous, right? He is spectacular. He's awesome here. Maybe he will have an incredible game. I'm going to trust Vegas here. I think eventually Vegas gets it all under control. They're still they're my favorite to win the West, so they're going to have to turn around somewhere. So I can't go against them at this point as only a 155 favorite. Imagine if they would have won the last game. They probably would have been $1.75 here or higher. Right, I think, or does that make the line go up because it's 1-1 now? I don't know. Maybe I'm not that good of a market reader. So I just got to take the Golden Knights, whatever price it is. I'm stuck on the Golden Knights here at this point. And I don't even have them. I don't have the Knights in my future. I never found a price good enough. It's just my pick. I did go with quite a few Knights. I have 4 Knights in the confidence pool. That's more than I have of any other team. So if that says anything. Blue's on the Knights. He's on the team total over. And Nate says people were on the Knights. Golden Cash Kane, Golden Knights, puck line, NYC Bar likes the Wild here in this one. And here's Vegas. He's got his big hope. We might be getting, I don't know if this is one of Razor just giving us a good, strong play, or if it is one of his, big plays tonight. Maybe we're getting it for a bonus here. Thank you, Razor. I'm not making fun of the play. I'm loving it, actually. Thank you. Vegas and Minnesota RSP over first period. Thank you, Razor, so much. Thank you for giving us that pick in the chat. Really appreciate that. Here is Nate says, can't see him losing back to back, right? Maybe interesting. Maybe they will lose another one, but maybe it'll be, hey, you've heard of the zigzag theory. I am the zigzag theory. All right. Irish King says this game will go into OT. I just made that up. I swear. Kirill the Thrill. Yeah, he's something. He is something special. Is he the first Minnesota player with what was it? Multiple goals in 3 playoff games? I'm not sure what he set some type of team mark. Minnesota Wild money line. And the Blue. Blue. Hey, I will still drink Capri Sun if you look at, like, you go to a picnic at the park or something, right? And you're like hot, and you got a bunch of drinks in there, and yeah, there's some beers, but you're like, man, I'm really just want something fruity. And there's no, I'm like, I'll just suck down one of these bags, no time flat. Okay. And let's see here. I am the zigzag theory, said Ramon. All right. I'm on the Vegas Golden Knights here. I like the total in this game. So, all right, here we go. Let's go to the last game of the night. And look at this, the Jets and the Blues here. The Blues are an underdog. They've only won 12 games in a row at home. But they're a dog tonight because Winnipeg, hey, they're the best. St. Louis, took everything St. Louis had to get there, and they're down 2-0. So, but Winnipeg, obviously they're hot. 2-0 lead, and they were hot coming into the playoffs. They've won 6 of their last 7. They've beaten St. Louis in 8 of the last 9 games that they've played them. They've owned the Blues. There's no doubt about it. St. Louis has now lost 5 of their last 6 games, but they've won 12 straight games at home. So what can you really do with some numbers like that, right? The Jets dominate the series, but the Blues were winning. Remember, that was an incredible streak. And it snuck up on me so fast. I was like, the Blues aren't going to have enough wins to make the playoffs. But I was wrong. I was like stuck on 7 wins in a row back when they had the big winning streak, not just this home winning streak, but when they had that long winning streak of games. And I couldn't, keep track. And I thought they had missed the play. I thought they still were short. So let's go to the chat here in this one. You guys didn't even say anything in the chat, and I was talking about it for 3 days. I don't think the Blues are going to make the playoffs, even though they won 10 in a row, or whatever. At the time, it was 7 in a row. I think I said 7 in a row for 3 straight days, or 3 straight wins. And, I pretend to know it all, but it is 6 in the morning. I swear, well, 7 in the morning. Here we go. Let's get some plays in here with the Jets. If you guys are ready, I'm ready to give you my play in this one between Winnipeg and the Jets. Maybe I don't think I'm giving it away which team I'm going with here. I'm going with the total. And you're going to have to grade me, I guess, at 5/40. You can get 5.5s out there for maybe under at $1.60 or something if you're so choose. But what are you going to do? I probably will do it. I'll probably go a little bit of 5 and a little bit of 5.5. But me, I'll probably do a little bit of 6 at minus 225 too, or whatever. But that's because I like to spread it around. But still, for my official play, I got to go under right now with the Jets and the Blues. What's the score of this one going to be? 1-0, 2-1, 3-1? That's what it feels like, even though I know we did let that first game get out of hand 5-3 when the Jets won it at home, but it was 2-1 the next night. And now we're in St. Louis. Winnipeg's gone under in 11 of their last 13 games coming into this one, including 4 of their last 5 on the road. There's been some back and forth in this series a little bit with totals over and under, but like I said, Winnipeg's dominated. But St. Louis, I think, knows. Here's Robert on the Blues. Jets puck line for VAR. And Gorky said, yeah, maybe, but what were they saying? Because, they were, kind of mired. That's what caught me by surprise was the fact that winning streak kept going. Blues money line for Blue. Why not? Jets take a day off here. And if anything, right, the Jets, they've done a nice job. Look, after all, they're the best. They were the best. Let's face it. And, with the Jets, it's still, for me, what have you done for me lately? And look, the Blues have had reasonable taste of success, of maybe even overachieving success. So give me the under here in this one at 5/40. But, be sure it's a playoffs. You only get one opportunity. And if you're betting a little bit bigger in the playoffs, you got to be, willing to chalk it up here a little bit, it feels like. Patrick, the sports betting alien, is here today. And great to have you in the chat. That's it for the hockey tonight. And good card. All right, let's go to 9 Legacy. Woo. Thank you, everyone. We are just 2.5 hours away from Major League Baseball action here on Getaway Day, and let's get to it. Cash game like the Jets, by the way. All right. Let's go to the major leagues with the White Sox. Well, not the best. Hey, I don't like to be the guy that, I don't like the card, this card. They're all great cards. This card's a little shaky. White Sox and Twins here. Both teams pretty. Minnesota's picking up the pace here. They're up to 9-15 here at this point. We actually have the lineups here coming in right now with Seth Smith here on the road going up against the Cowboy. Chris Paddock here in this one with Paddock, a huge favorite. Now, Minnesota has kind of dominated this series. And please, Chad, if you want to stop trying to, every time I try to call out the White Sox, now I did lose on the total yesterday. Okay, so I didn't go with the White Sox. Uh, I only bet them +3 and they pushed. So, anyways, call me out if I try to get on these White Sox too often. I got to go with Minnesota here right now. They're dominating this series, of course. They keep winning every game here. White Sox: Palacios, Robert, Benintendi, Vaughn, Guerrero, Sosa, Vargas, Taylor, and Dahlbeck. For the Twins: Julian, Buxton, Keyshaw, Larnach, Correa, France, Lee, Kiersey, my man Deshaun Kiersey. Really excited to see him in this lineup. My buddy from Helix High School, my high school in San Diego, had a great college career. Where busted his shoulder one time on a play in the outfield in college, made an incredible diving, one of those Jim Edmonds style catches, but he busted his shoulder. Deshaun Kiersey, he's only hitting 105. I don't care. I love seeing him in this lineup today for the Minnesota Twins, batting eighth. Man, I love this kid. And say kid, he's been just now getting the major leagues a little bit. Deshaun Kiersey, baby. He's in the starting lineup today. Christian Vasquez as well. I got to go with Minnesota after seeing that news today. And I do have Minnesota penciled in here as a run line cover. I don't care today for the White Sox. We know that they're in a bad way right now, especially after the first two games of this series, the 6-3 and 4-2 wins for the Twins. And let me see if I can get those trends. Maybe you guys already saw them too, but we've talked about them already on the first 2 days that they've dominated them in this series. But let me see what the run line is here. Minnesota -1.5 at -110 here, it feels like today. So give them to me, the Minnesota Twins on the run line here. I can make fun of Chris Paddock a little bit, but when he's has a team he can overmatch, I think that's what I'd say. If he's got somebody he can overmatch a little bit, he might be able to do something here today. So give me the Twins in this one on the run line. And I'll go to the chat here and see what you guys caught me sneaking down a little rabbit hole here on Deshaun Kiersey because I'm gonna. Yeah, I just thought about. I know I haven't. I usually cover when my guys do something in the major leagues. I usually cover something on my high school website about it, and for some reason I've overlooked Kiersey a little bit. All right, here we go. White Sox Twins. I see the plays coming in here. Let me get back to it. Twins run line and over for blue. NYC bar likes the under. Jerry says under, and maybe he'll be on the White Sox. Maybe I'll sprinkle him here. Nuke is still fired up about that. If we get here and there, you don't have a bet on every series, every bet. You better make it be a pick. We're not making fun of you, but you have to have a pick on every game in the White Sox Rocky series now. Irish King, Minnesota first 5. Jerry Davis likes Sess. I like him too, actually. I like him too, and I do like Paddock in this spot. Let me just say that my pick is going to be on the Twins here on the run line, but whether or not it'll be the Sharps are clearly, to me, the Sharps are clearly on the under here, forcing this one down. Let me see what it is right in here, actually. Let me update the line. I knew it. I just was talking about everything else here. I'm seeing 7.5s out there right now at some of the squarest books on the offshore world. So it looks like here the line has gone down a little bit, 230, maybe to 215 here in this one. Obviously, there was one guy who was out of the lineup there. who was out for Minnesota, you guys, that my man is in there? Castro. Castro goes to the injured list, right? Castro goes to the injured list. That puts Kiersey in left field. Pretty sure that's the way that would go down, right? It wasn't. We might see more from Kiersey, is what I'm saying here, right? This isn't just one start in the daytime. Willie Castro goes to the disabled list. Okay. Well, I'll leave it at that. I'm taking the Twins. Sorry about talking about the worst game forever here. Okay. Robert here's on the over. I think it was a pitcher's prop I might have missed. Oh, you guys were going over on Smith's K prop there. Yeah, Jerry. Dave Smith has good numbers, right? 2.82 ERA, 9.4 WHIP, 194 BABIP. Pretty good. Now he is on the road going up against a frustrated Twins team, still averaging just 3.5 runs per game. White Sox averaging just 3.1 runs per game. And my God, we got a breaking news right now. Alexandra Ayala has won the first set over Iga. Oh, man, might as well take her in two right now. Woo! Oh, my goodness. All right, anybody, let's get done with this show. All right, Nuke's going to make those picks. 9 Legacy under. Jerry said he got the under at 9, and look at it now. We're talking about the same game here, right? I'm not on the Boston game yet. Smith, did I say the wrong name there? I said Jerry Davis. Maybe I was saying Jerry Davis. Seth Davis. Seth Davis. That might have been what I was saying. Okay. Oh, thank you. Okay. Hopefully that is. Thanks, Alien. I just. Don't you, Jerry? Don't you love this woman right now? This young lady. I better say a young lady, right? Very young. Okay. Smith, good numbers. Paddock, 7.27 ERA, and they're 0-4. White Sox are 0-4 with Smith. Twins are 0-4 with Paddock. Let's get off this game. All right. Mariners and Red Sox here in this one. Hey, we had the what did we have there? We had the Mariners as our premium pick winner there yesterday over Boston, even with Hancock and that 12 ERA. But he'd be a little bit better right here. And look at this matchup. You got Wu going up here against Crochet. Now, granted, these two teams play every game in Boston to the over. Now, they can only make a couple trips there a year, but, it's an American League Series. So 10 of the last 11, or is it 11 of the last 12 have gone over between these two teams when they play in Boston. 11 of the last 15 overall. Seattle's gone over in 5 of their last 6. Boston's and over in 7 of their last 9 on the road. But like we said yesterday, Mariners win 8-5 there with another over, obviously, here. And this series always goes over, but I don't know. This looks like a good pitching matchup. I'm willing to throw that out here possibly. Let me know what you guys think. You got Wu here, 3.12 ERA, 103 WHIP. Crochet, obviously it is working out for Crochet. It's not like he's going to fall by the wayside here. Probably a Cy Young Award candidate at this point, it feels like, for Garrett Crochet. 1.12 ERA, 0.9 WHIP, 168 batting average against 2-1 record. Boston 4-1 with him. The wins might hold him back here in the end, and there's some other great pitching talent, obviously, but he is 0-5 to the under so far. So with Wu here too, it just feels like you're going to be. It feels like good starting pitching. It feels like today with these two. I don't know if it. Day game here. I don't know how you guys look at it. Anybody's been following me a little bit knows that I've been cleaning up on day games going under right now, and probably going to do it here. Total here is 8 for the most part. You have Boston here up to $1.85. Is that right? Oh my goodness. I might have to, let's see what you guys got here. I don't want to overcommit to a certain extent, but like I said, the series is a massive over when these two, but I've got this one as a hot pitching matchup. Here we go with Nasty Nate, of course, to start us off. He's got the Red Sox to smash, and the smash woo nerfy here for blue. And Jerry Davis likes the first 5 under. Trevor says Mariners run line today. Give them plus 1.5. Maybe they'll hang in there. It's a modest price at minus $1.40 or so here today. Cash gain, Mariners first 5 in this one. And Patrick here, Mariners money line here. Woo to dominate the Boston. They do look a little dazed and confused. You don't want to necessarily trust them here. It's just that they do got a great pitcher here going. And Woo does have some whoa. Woo has woes on the road. And Jerry says, look, Seattle smashes left-handers. But we are talking about, to me, an elite left-hander, I think. Mariners to win this one, says Tariq in the end, right? Got to deal with some bullpen here a little bit. Got to deal with some bullpen. And you look at the pens here right now for these two, Boston, 4.47 ERA in the bullpen. And Seattle's, I think, at 3.64 currently. Does that sound right?
Lineup.
See if I might need to update my bullpen Seattle run line here for NYC bar. Yeah, the price has gone up. It feels like way too high, even for this match. Seattle did mash yesterday, but I just, maybe a low scoring game here. All right. And all right, I better make my call here. I'll just take the under. I feel really good about this. I feel like this is my premium play. It's just that I was kind of fooled by that move there, and now I don't know what to do at $1.85. Probably end up trying to figure out something with Seattle here. I'm worried. Crochet, like I said, it's not hard to call this guy a very, very strong pitcher. I just think I don't want anybody underestimating him either. Last year with the White Sox, it was almost like you're saying, hey, put this guy on a good team and see what happens. Not that the Red Sox are any good, but they're obviously better than the White Sox. Okay, we got a doubleheader here, so let's just put these two together and knock this one out. This is going to be a huge upset right now, you guys. Although Iga is smashing the ball pretty good here right now, bastard. But this will be an earth shaker. Not that Iga hasn't lost here a couple of times already where we're like, what's going on, Iga? But to lose to our favorite new young lady. All right, so let's go with this doubleheader, though, real quick here with Rockies and Royals. Well, this should be the Game 1 starting matchup. It is a doubleheader, so proceed with caution here. I don't even know if I've got the picks ready yet with these two, but I think we're pretty solid on this being the matchups here. And we'll have to throw out yesterday's picks because I believe they've mixed up the pitching here, whereas yesterday it was going to be Marquez and Lorenzen. Now you got Marquez and Cole Reagans going, and now that means the Royals are a big 250 favorite or so, and the total 8 over here, it feels like, at minus 115 or so in this one. But let's see what you have here with these two. It feels like an under to me. And that's probably just the direction that I'm going to have to go here at this point in a doubleheader in Game 1. Just give me the under here. I don't know if we're going to break down any, the Rockies and the interleague doubleheader. How about these trends between these two teams? But I know this. Colorado has not won. We talked about it yesterday. 11 straight losses on the road. Royals just 2-6. Last 8 games coming into this one. Kansas City's under in 7 of their last 9. So is Colorado here at this point. Both teams under in 7 of their last 9 games. We talked yesterday about Marquez a little bit. 8.27 ERA, not good. But Kohlragen's 3.58 ERA, 361 BABIP would kind of indicate that maybe these two could have a rough outing. Marquez is 0-3 after all. He's not great. We know that. But it doesn't seem like he should be better on the road than he is at home, but I don't know if he is here. He's gone over in 3 of his 4 starts so far, and he's got 377 BABIP. But I'm going to go a little bit contrarian here just because it is a doubleheader, and I'm going to go under in this one. Let's see if you guys are playing this. We're going to talk about the other game right after, though. So, all right, here we go. Iala, oh my goodness. Royals in game 1, Rockies game 1 with go against Reagan's. Tariq might be saying there. Royals run line in the first game. Game 2 over here. And let's see here. Rockies game to go under. We were there, Gorky. We were on the air, I think, when it happened, weren't we? Jerry here is going to ladder it up. All right. I just went under here. Let's go to game 2, though, real quick. A little bit different here now with Dolander. Look, I like Dolander here. Not here necessarily. I like Dolander maybe in the future. We see some of these Rockies pitchers, they're unfortunately, right? They're going to play in Colorado on a bad team. He doesn't have great numbers yet. I just think I like what I see out of him so far. Going up against Lorenzen here right now, it looks like in this one, $1.85, 8.5 over 20 in game 2 of the doubleheader. We do have the lineups here for game 1 right now. It goes off at 2:10 Pacific, 11:10 Eastern. I think we also have the lineups here maybe for Seattle and Boston coming up in just a second. Try to get those to you here. But Lorenzen here, $1.90, 8.5 over at -120 here, game 2 of the doubleheader. Maybe I'll just make a play on the show, and that might be it for me. I'm going to take Kansas City in game 2 on the run line with Michael Lorenzen. And that'll be my play. And I did not even come with too solid of a picks in this doubleheader. That's just the way it is. Okay, here we go. Let's see a few more comments here. Over in the second one, under in the second one. Jerry likes the Royals, I think, here in the second game to get it done. And, that's it, you guys, for that doubleheader, right? We don't need to spend too much time on it. Bad doubleheader, but we're thankful for the games, so for sure. For the Rockies, game 1, Doyle, Farmer, McMahon, Goodman, Bouchard, my man Mickey Moniak, who hasn't done anything yet, I don't think, with Colorado, it seems like. Tagulia, Beck, and Shunk. For Kansas City, Garcia, Witt, Pasquantino, Sally, Biggio, Massey, Renfro, Waters, and Kyle Isbell. My man Kyle Isbell is in there too. Oh man, I love this. I love these players here today. My man Kyle Isbell. Love that. All right. Let me look at those lineups here also. I think they're in. Let me see here. I think they are in here for the game between Seattle and Boston. Let me see if I can't pop those up here real quick. Type it in here in the background. Make sure I get the right lineup. Now, I'll just keep going here, I think, if I can't get the... You guys, okay, here we go. Moore, Rodriguez, Raleigh, Rosarena, Garber, Solano, Williamson, Rivas, Crawford. For the Red Sox, Duran, Devers, Briggs, Abreu, Story, Cassis, Campbell, Hamilton, and Narvaez. All right. Let's get going here next up with the Brewers. Let's get to a better game here. Brewers and the Giants here in this one with Trevor Myers going up against Landon Roop. There he is in this one, $1.45, 7.5 over at -115. A little bit of a move here to the Giants, it feels like, and also to the over there. That's a good 30-cent move, even if it doesn't seem like it. And let's see how you guys have this one today with the Brewers taking on the Giants here. This one is at 3:45 Eastern, 12:45 Pacific. So we got another day game here on Thursday. And let's take a look at it here with this one. For Landon Roop here, he comes in with an ERA of 4.09. Got a formula 4.09 here. 1.36 whip, 3.58 BABIP. Kind of rough for sure for Landon Roop here. For Trevor Myers, he comes in here with a ERA. No, is this his first appearance or start? Should have done better on that. Okay. All right. Tobias Myers. No wonder I couldn't get it straight. Are you guys commenting there in the chat? No wonder I couldn't get him up here with Tobias Myers slated to take the mound here in this one today against Landon Roop. So this is his first appearance, obviously, of the season for Myers. Brewers have won 3 straight off of a loss so far this season. The Brewers are 4-8-1 to the under against NL teams so far this season. So let's see with this one. The Brewers taking on the Giants here on getaway day following yesterday's Giants win 4-2 in that one. They've won 2 of the 3 here in the series this week. And we'll see what you guys have here in this one. Here we go. You guys are already on it. Thank you. Keep it going here. We got to get Blue is on the Giants here in this one. Tariq says Brewers first 5, Giants full game. NYC Bar likes the Giants. Fernando's here. He's got the Brewers in this one. Cash Kane likes the Giants here. The widely reported steam did come in on the under here in this matchup. Cash Kane like the Giants. Jerry says, I like Roop, and I'm going to fade Myers here. Giants money line for Trevor. Everyone smash this video, like it, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. Roop over for Zoe. Hello to Zoe in the chat. Giants for Jermaine. Giants run line for 9 Legacy. All right, I'll make my call in this one, and I think you guys are done here. Blue says Giants are a consensus. Thank you, Blue. We need 1. We need 1. We need 2. We need more right now here for our consensus giveaway. Did anybody have any others that we missed? I was trying to make sure we got them all in there, but okay. Let's see here. Senators for Kirk Gray today. Thank you. All right. That makes it easy for, well, if you guys are on the San Francisco Giants for a consensus play here, this is a little bit tougher for me actually on this total because I kind of respect that steam that kind of came in here, but I'm taking the over in this one. Might be my only over here today. It feels like the way things are going. Been a lot of unders, you guys. I promise you that. I'm going over there in this one, though. I think that is um, my only over that I've. We might have another one here. Let me make it clear, but it's the only one I've given out so far. All right, let's go to the Orioles taking on the Nationals here in this one. Whoops. Too many brain cells gone or something. We got Povich going up against a couple left-handers here in this one with Baltimore and Washington today. Povich going up against Mackenzie Gore here. This was a night game here, 6:45 Eastern and 3:45 Pacific time here today in this one. Let's go to you guys in the chat, but I'll cover a little bit here with these two. You got Gore coming in 2-2 with a 3.41 ERA for Mackenzie Gore, 3.93 BABIP so far, but a 1.2 WHIP, 252 batting average against, 5 starts, gone 4-1 in his to the over in his 5 starts for Cade Povich. He's 0-2 with a 6.38 ERA coming in. Also a 441 BABIP here, but the total's 9 under 15. I mean, look, I know these pitchers are getting rocked here pretty good, but this total, let me update it. It's 8.5 over 20, so it's obviously come down a little bit here. Did look a little bit high even for these guys. Some books still have 9 under 20. Let's see. No. They're all 8.5 or lower. And Gore is the slight favorite here in this one. So let's see what you have here in this one. Like I said, a good rivalry series in the DMV. So this was a pretty good series for the Washington Nationals so far. They won the first 2 games 7-0. It was 4-3 yesterday and a walk-off there late last in yesterday, or not a walk-off. They scored the run in the bottom of the 8th inning and then closed out Baltimore in the top of the 9th. Forgive me in that one. James Wood, another home run yesterday. Adley hit a RBI as well, but 4-3 was the final there in that one. Povich has gone over in 3 of his 4 starts. So these two pitchers are combined 7-2 to the over. The widely reported steam came on the over, but I'm skeptical. I'm a little bit skeptical here with 2 left-handers in this matchup. Let me know what you think here. Let's go to the chat, see what you have in this one, Baltimore and Washington. All right. Here we go. I'm going to your comments here and see what you got. Blue says, could have been Seattle that was a consensus play earlier, underdog against Crochet. See if anybody else remembers, though. I don't want to be wrong on that one. Like I said, Crochet might deal here. Jermaine, let's see. Blue's on the Nationals. Tariq's on the Nationals first 5. So is Jerry. Jermaine, Nationals run line. I think Nationals might be the consensus here. It feels like Zoe says go under, cash gain first 5. Blue says Nationals first 5 is a consensus. How about that? I don't see that every day. I might just trust you on that one that you see in that, Blue. I think there was definitely 3 or 4 of them in there. So no one's taken the Baltimore first 5, that's for sure. Nats a better home team so far. Nats 7-4 at home. Baltimore 4-8 on the road so far this season. It looks like a manageable price, right? Here's 9 Legacy, though. We're willing to take Baltimore in this one. And fade the Orioles against the lefties. Yeah, right. That's what it seems like. And that's what I was, I'm concerned about the trappy price there. I don't know. Okay. Orioles full game, though, for cash gain. They should bring it here after losing the first 2 of the series. But Jerry, first 5 under. Neither team is hitting. Yeah, both teams averaging about 4.8 3-5 runs per game, I think, right now. Something right around there. And I think that might be it from you guys here in this one. All right. Like I said, I'm a bit skeptical here on this total. And it's going to be a little bit contrarian for me here. But let me make sure here. I know I've already said I'm, pretty much on the under here. Give me the under. I'm going to be a test dummy here for that one. I'm going under, but yeah, I'm probably going to like the side here today. Okay, we're almost done with the show, you guys. Thank you for joining me here. I can't wait to watch this tennis. And here we go. And get ready for the draft. Hey, look, I'm glad there's kind of a light. We got our playoff schedule, but I'm still kind of a draft. I remember this is a true story. Believe me or not, I ditched school to go to the draft one time when they had it. ESPN was already starting to televise the draft. This is a long time ago. This is 1985. And I ditched school to go to the old San Diego Stadium. You remember Qualcomm Stadium, but back then in the 80s, it was called something else. And I went to watch the draft with my book and everything, and I'm 14 years old, right? So I've got my book, my draft book, and here comes ESPN with a big microphone in the face, and I did my little draft analysis, and it was on like it was just a clip, but wasn't like I was Mel Kiper or anything. But they're like, look at this kid ditching school to be at the draft, his team's draft anyway. All right, here we go. Pirates and Angels. Hey, we had the Bucks yesterday, but I don't know. Can you do it today with Majinski here pitching in this one? You've got the Angels favored. $1.45, maybe even higher here. Maybe $1.50 at this point. Total has gone up here. Feels like to 9 right now. There's some steam coming in here right now in Colorado and Kansas City. Doubleheader game 1. Steam right now to the over. I've already committed to the under, but the steam's coming in on the over. That's the first game with Marquez and Ragans. I'm double checking to make sure, but I already see wager on the internet website has it at 8.5 under 15. So does another big square offshore book. So seeing the move to the over here with Colorado and Kansas City in game 1. Steam coming in right now. All right, so here we go. We got 3 games left here. We're not done. Pittsburgh taking on the Angels here with Majinski going up against Anderson. Majinski 7.41 ERA. Anderson a 2.08 ERA and 157 BABIP. Great numbers here so far. Anderson has looked good. And, well, with the Angels at home, they just got shut out yesterday. But, I was on the Bucks there yesterday in that one. So I'm not saying I saw it coming necessarily, but we were on Handicappers in that one. This might be a little bit different with Majinski here pitching against the left-hander Anderson. Pirates have actually won the first 2 games of this series, 9-3 and 3-0 here, but does feel like a better matchup for the Angels, at least pitching-wise here tonight. Now, there is one thing that I want to point out. The Angels publicly expressed their disappointment in the fact that they have to play a night game. It's actually the team's choice because they're the travel team. And I believe this is not the first time this season, or it is maybe the first time this season. It might be happening again, or maybe it won't. But the players complained about the fact that they were going to play a night game and then have to play in Minnesota tomorrow. So I'm not so worried about tonight as I am maybe tomorrow when they play at Minnesota. It will be Hendricks against Woods Richardson. If Woods Richardson is ready to go, the Angels on the road. Just want to point that out. And the Angels are 4-0 with Anderson so far. He's 2-0. Majinski's 1-3 so far this season with a 2 whip. So let's see here with the Angels up to $1.50 or so. And here we go. See what you got in this one with think Zoe's on the under here. And it was Seattle, says Trevor. So Trevor says it. Let's just give the consensus to Seattle. Look, the one thing I can agree with is it does look like it's not a even with Crochet. We know Wu's okay. Maybe he hasn't been as what we're expecting, but does look like a pretty high price for a Boston team that looked dazed and confused last night from the get-go. Angels here, money line. Angels money line for 9 Legacy and Reynolds to Homer here. San Francisco and Washington first 5 for Blue. Blues on the Pirates run line here in this one. Daryl, hi Daryl, great to see you. He's got the Angels here on a lean. And let's see here. I think Jermaine said, did he go to the draft in Philly there? And Jermaine, Royals game 2, Angels first 5 for Tariq, Jerry Angels first 5 and full game. And let's see here. Jermaine, that's a Jermaine special right there, right? I don't know if I'm on it yet, Jermaine, but maybe I will be now. Okay, I think that's it from you guys on this one. Oh, I'm on the Angels, by the way. I take a favorite here. I got another favorite, but I like the Angels. I don't think I'm going to go premium here right now with the Angels. Have lost 2 straight, and they're averaging just 4 runs a game too. Pittsburgh, though, averaging just 3.6 runs per game. Pittsburgh, they've been okay, right, out of the bullpen here so far. 3.31 ERA. That's pretty good. It's definitely better than the Angels. It's almost 2 full runs better than the Angels. So, yeah, all right. Let's go to the Rays and the Diamondbacks here in this one. What a game last night. What a game. What a wild game last night between the Rays and the Arizona Diamondbacks. They battled into extra innings last night. But look at this one. Drew Rasmussen here, one of the best pitchers in the league so far this season. For Rasmussen so far, it's just 1-1 in 4 starts, but a .87 ERA, .82 WHIP, and 169 batting average against. Just good numbers here, not overwhelming. He's going up against Corbin Burns. Burns here, 4.64 ERA, but looked better last time out. Obviously, Rays got the win there last night in that game, 7-6. In extras, there went 11 innings. They scored 2 in the 11th. And Arizona can only get 1 in the bottom of the 11th for the win. Rays are still down 6.5 units this season. Arizona is 10-4. I'm sorry, 14-10 overall so far this season. Burns has gone over in 3 of his 4 starts with a push. Rasmussen's gone under in 3 of his 4 starts so far this season. I think Rasmussen's looked pretty good here. Tampa Bay battled them pretty well there yesterday. Let's see if you guys are playing this one. We're almost done here with the morning steam. Tampa Bay taking on Arizona. Go to the chat here in this one with yeah, Jermaine, you're right. They don't want to play that gone. Maybe they won't play today either. Here's a lean to the Diamondbacks. Blues on the Diamondbacks. Might be a tolerable number for a lot of folks here with Corbin Burns. Rasmussen's been better for sure than he's been good. I mean, look, they just don't get a lot of run support, but they seem to be competitive right now in this series, even against this Arizona team. And obviously, it's a little bit of a slow start for Tampa Bay at 10-14, maybe. Sure, but they might not be that good. Maybe that Pittsburgh for the sweep back there is Tampa Bay money line for 9 Legacy. And I think Jermaine, look, I wish I had more for you here. It's only $1.30, $1.35. Kind of thought Rasmussen would be a better price. I'm going to go with Tampa Bay as well. Jerry says Tampa on the run line here. Reasonable number here on the run line. Tampa Bay plus 1.5 at minus 175 or so. It's still, here's Zoe on the over here in this one. I don't know, Zoe, maybe, but I think these pitchers might be able to deal. I know we had some runs yesterday, though. Lean to the Rangers here for Darryl. And Here is Philly Eagle Flyers, got some plays. And Caps is here today. I'm trying Tampa Bay here today with Rasmussen to deal against Burns. Last game of the day, night, we're going to Sacramento, where it was 5-2. Sacramento yesterday getting that win over Texas. They stunned them. And hey, Athletics trying to stay in this race early. It was 5-2. Athletics lost the first game of the series 8-5. Texas 8-2 as a favorite so far this season. A's are just 3-8 at home so far, but hey, they got the win. For Ginn here, he's 1-1 with 3.6 ERA, 280 BABIP coming in. Jake DeGrom 0-1 with a 3.32 ERA, 202 batting average against. Better be able to deal here, it feels like, with Jake DeGrom on the road against the A's, but well, A's are tricky here. Down to $1.40 here at some spots. The total is 8.5 now. 8.5 for sure. Maybe slightly juiced to the over, but it feels like, yeah, I'll put 8.5 over 15 here. It feels like, but Rangers going to be favored here. Probably going to get your support in the chat, I would imagine. Let's go to the chat and see what you guys have here in our final matchup of the night with Texas and Athletics. Sharps are all over the A's, I'll tell you that, and might be keeping the price reasonable here, but I don't know if I can do it. I might have to take DeGrom even as a favorite. All right, here we go. Daryl starts it off with a lean to the. Oh, no, we already said that, but he was ahead of us there. Good job, Daryl. Tampa Bay is a consensus play there for a three-teamer there. How about that? Okay. Blues on the under maybe in this one. And Texas Rangers double result, I think, is that there. And DeGrom over 7.5 strikeouts. Or that'd be 6.5 there, I think is what he's saying. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining me on the show today. We got 80 of you in here. Really appreciate you listening to me talk about sports and sports betting. Jerry, A's team total and over 3.5. Again, 5Ks. Here's Cash Kane on the Rays back there. And here's Cash Kane on the A's game to go under. Cash Kane on the Rangers. First 5 for Zoe under here. Jermaine's got a prop for us. Bond to homer. Thank you, Nuki. Thank you. Sacramento run line for Trevor. And Chapman to homer in the game against the Brewers. Okay, for me, I'll just make my call here. This is my third chalky favorite of the day, but I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with Texas here in this one. I'm probably going to send out the total as a premium over at winnable.com. So let me talk about that real quick. That's the show. Hey, you can get more plays from me today. Go over to winnable.com/Ramon, and I'm going to send some more plays out here today in baseball and maybe one in hockey and NBA for my sports money premiums there. We had a good day yesterday, so please check me out over at winnable.com/Ramon. Get more plays from me. This is how you support me here on the channel. And if you do $19.95 a month, that's just 56 cents a day. When you use the promo code STEAM, it comes out to less than that. It comes out to 16 something. And I think they put it's 17 bucks or so. So I don't know if the math is right, but seems like a pretty inexpensive thing when you get some more plays from me, for better or worse. I'm sending them out for you to look at, to play, to tail or fade. And man, what's going on with Iala here? I hope she doesn't get tired out before I want to watch the end of this match. But man, it's 4-4 here, and Iga's back on serve. Oh boy, gonna have some fun here. All right. Let me see here. We're going to get the contest going here right now. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Let's load it up and send it off for our 3-teamer here. There we go. We had 20 commenters today. Does that seem right? Nate, Ocaps, Tariq, Zoe, Philly Eagle Flyer, Gorky, Nuke Worker, Jerry, and it's Patrick, the sports betting groovy alien. Everybody has won the contest today, the 3-teamer. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here on the Sports Money Network. Be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, with more sports betting previews and picks. Today at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific, Mikey Money gets you ready for the primetime action here today with pre-gaming. We'll get you all his picks for those. And don't forget, First Strike is up. We're just 2 days away from UFC Kansas City coming up here on Saturday night. So get our previews with not only First Strike, but also with my show with BB, MMA Picks. You get previews of 3 fights, including that main event, welterweights. Go at it here on Saturday night. Irish-born Ian Machado Gary, 8-1. He's coming off his first pro loss, and that was to Rachmanov. He goes up against Carlos Prates. Of Sao Paulo, Brazil, he's 4-0 in the UFC. He's earned the performance bonus in all 4 UFC victories. That sounds like a pretty good card here on Saturday night. The boys will be with you also for the companion stream on Saturday. And we'll see if we get something together tonight. I'll be ready to hear maybe from the guys here on Thursday night with our exciting card. And NFL draft, I don't know. I kind of want to watch the NFL draft too, but we'll see if the guys are around tonight. Appreciate that, everybody. Thanks for a great show. So a few comments and get on out of here. Make sure I didn't miss anything in the world of sports here right now. Blue, thank you. There they are. There they are. That's our 3-teamer for Patrick. All right. Daryl, thank you for stopping by today. Thanks to everybody who commented on the plays today. I think that's it. All right, that's going to do it. So let me real quick. First Strike is up right now. Golf preview, Zurich Open here. You can check it out. They're just going off here. They're a couple teams are wrapping up, but there's still, you can get on some of these plays here this weekend from the guys. We also have the rugby coverage up from Dan and Smypey here for this weekend as well. So we got a great weekend ahead here on the Sports Money Network. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. Ramon Scott, sports money. Wake your ass up and let's get to